A hot sun burns down on the mountains of southern Nevada. And that same hot sun bears down on the gambling mecca that is the Las Vegas Strip. And just a few yards off Las Vegas Boulevard is a new race course. Not the Grand Prix circuit that we've known for the past 2 years, but a brand new 5-turn, mile-and-an-eighth distorted oval. It's the scene today for not the Grand Prix road racers, but the drivers of the Indy cars of karts. It's time for the Indy cars to race in Las Vegas for the first time. All rookies, all new track records. We're here in Las Vegas with 26 cars sitting on the main straightaway as they prepare to run the first Caesars Palace 200. Hello, I'm Paul Page with three-time Indianapolis 500 winner Bobby Unser. And the last time the IndyCar drivers raced here as a group was back in 1957. The great Jimmy Bryan won that race. But, Bobby, when they come here today, it's a whole clean sheet of paper.
Well, it is, Paul. We have what I term as a parking lot racetrack, and it's got nothing but a parking lot and cement barriers all over the place and a lot of grandstands and a lot of people. Truthfully, I think it's going to make for a very interesting and good race, and it's more like a road course than anything else, but you always turn left here, not to the right.
It's already created some remarkable circumstances. The front row is made up entirely of rookies. There's a rookie in the second row. Perhaps even more remarkable is in the eighth row is the defending kart champion Rick Mears. And back at the back of the field, added by the promoter's option because they did not qualify, Indianapolis 500 winners Tom Sneva and Johnny Rutherford. So it's going to be an exciting day.
Well, it is, Paul, but remember, I had to stick up for the old-timer just a little bit. There's a few extenuating circumstances. They had some problems with their car. There's the reason they're back there. And I think the main thing to note is that the rookies or the newcomers, whatever you want to call them, they're coming on, and they're coming on strong. They're fast, and there's a bunch of them. I counted 13 a little while ago. And there's a good chance today that we can really have one of our so-called rookies, not a rookie at this place, but a newcomer to championship car racing, win this race.
Of course, every driver here today is a rookie to this race. On the pole, the winner of the Michigan 500, his first time as a pole sitter, John Paul Jr. He awaits the command to start engines with Gary Gerald.
Well, Paul, indeed, it was a thrilling victory for John Paul Jr. at Michigan in the month of July. Then last month in August, a tremendous ride that almost took him over the wall at Pocono. He managed to walk away from it, a day he'd just as soon forget. But now it's another month, another day. He's the pole setter here as we get set for 200 miles in Las Vegas. John, it's got to be a tremendous thrill to be leading this field in an inaugural event for Indy cars.
It's very satisfying. Just the fact to be able to run with these guys has been very thrilling, and to be up front fastest, it's quite a thrill.
They're calling this an oval. In essence, it's a road course. Your feelings about this course and how difficult is it to handle?
Well, I really think it is a road course. Anytime you have to downshift, heel and toe, the art of road racing, I really feel it is a road race. The track is very difficult. You can't see around the corners. They're all blind. It's all very flat. There's no banking to it whatsoever. It's very challenging. It's a fun place to drive, but you have to be very precise.
They're ready to put you in the car right now. One final question, John. It's been a great rookie year already. What about next year? Are we going to see you back in Indy cars? Because I know there's some uncertainty.
Well, Confounders Strutton's, we've had a tough year. We've gone through some chassis. He feels that we should be able to get a major sponsor, which we don't have. He's done a tremendous job this year, I think, putting up the money and sticking with me. But next year is up in the air right now. I hope we can get the money to run. If not, they'll have to go with another driver, I guess.
Well, we give you the best wishes not only for today, but for next year as well. John Paul in the front row alongside another rookie, Teo Fabi. The veterans, as Paul mentioned, in the back row. Let's go to Bruce Jenner.
Thank you, Gary. And with me, this year's winner of Indianapolis 500, Tom Sneva. And Tom, here you are, the veteran, but you're all the way in the back of the pack. Come on, big fella, what happened?
Well, we've had some excursions this weekend, and I used to be known as the Gas Man, but after practice, they're calling me the Sand Man. So hopefully we can get rid of that nickname and get back to the Gas Man before the race is over.
Well, you're used to coming from the back of the pack. You've done it many times, and you've driven very well from back here and got up very close. But on this track, it may be tough.
It is. It's going to be a tight pack, and it's going to be tough to pass. So we just hope we've got the car a little closer than we've had it, and we'll see what happens. We've got 200 miles and a lot of braking between now and then.
All right, well, they're yelling for you to get in that car. You better get in it. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
So Tom Sneva, along with 25 other drivers, turns to climb in his car and prepare for the start of the race here in the desert at Las Vegas. And typical of the Las Vegas style, to start the engines here today, comic Joan Rivers.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines.
The command given to lady and gentlemen to start your engines, recognizing that Desiree Wilson is part of this starting field. There's John Paul Jr. on the pole in his last year Penske PC10. Alongside in a march is Teo Fabi, the winner of 2 races this season. Chip Ganassi replacing Gordon Johncock in the number 20 STP car. And Derek Daly, who drove this circuit as a Formula One driver last year as teammate to K.K. Rosberg. Rick Mears finally putting a win on his list, winning the last race at the Michigan 200. And now the field, all engines are started. John Paul pulls away leading the field, and we'll be back for the start for Grand Prix 3 from Las Vegas. But unlike the past 2 years, on a distorted oval, it's caused a great deal of controversy here. Is it an oval? Is it a road course? The PPG pace cars leading the field around. John Paul Jr. out in front as he serpentines back and forth, trying to scrub some temperature into those tires so they'll be ready to perform when the green flag comes out. Here then is the starting grid for the Las Vegas 200. On the pole, in car number 12, a PC-10, is John Paul Jr., winner of the Michigan 500, his first pole position.
And alongside him is number 33, the green and white Teo Fabi, one of the fastest rookies to ever come to Indianapolis car racing, and the winner of the Pocono 500.
The inside of the second row at car number 3, the car Lola, the driver, Mario Andretti, who finally notched a win in kart at Elkhart Lake this year.
And alongside him, car number 90, Derek Daly, certainly one of the finest road racers here today from Formula One cars.
On the inside of the third row, car 21, Pancho Carter. He's been working hard on the road circuits and has been rewarded with a good qualification run here.
And on the outside of the third row, number 66, Pete Halsmer, driving for one of my old bosses, Frank Arciero, came up through the Super Beat.
On the inside of the fourth row, car number 2, Bobby Rahal, the promising rookie from last year, now has added a third win to his kart scorecard.
And on the outside, car number 18, former Can-Am champion, Jeff Brabham, very experienced road racing driver.
On the inside of the fifth row, in car number 7, is Al Unser Sr. He is the man that is leading the PPG points race this season and hopes to keep that lead alive.
And on the outside of my brother is number 20, driving John Cox's car, Chip Ganassi, one of the most promising young oval and road racing drivers.
And here is the rest of the starting field. 26 cars start. 3 of them are powered by production-based engines, the rest by the Cosworth racing engine. And at the back of the field, 2 former Indianapolis 500 winners, Rutherford and Sneva, accounting for 4 Indy 500 wins between them. The rookies on the front row as John Paul brings the field down. The green flag in the hands of the starter, Nick Fernoro, and Teo Fabi starts off in front as John Paul Jr. comes down to the inside. Derek Daly closes up in third. John Paul holds Fabi off on the outside, and the field is safely through the first turn as Kevin Cogan lights his brakes hard. There's John Paul Jr. out in front now. Derek Daly has moved into second. Fabi has dropped back to third.
Well, it's too early to tell what's going to happen, Paul, but it looks like John Paul is handling very good early on in the race, but it also looks like Derek Daly's going to be coming on pretty strong.
John Paul Jr. now hard on the brakes as he comes around that fifth and final turn to complete lap number 1. So lap 1 will be scored with John Paul out in front. Derek Daly moves up from the second row to pick up second place, and Teo Fabi drops back into third.